Hello, this is Becca from Willow Hill Designs, and welcome. Today, I will be sharing my beginnings of the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, Volume 7, Still Life project. I don't think I will be doing the canvas with my project just because I don't think that would go with the decor in my home, but I will be doing some sort of a wall hanging of sorts. And I didn't want to make anything too large either, so I chose to do about 18 by 21 inches approximately in there. And I'll share with you my inspiration. I'm at my sewing table here, so this is where my sewing machine is and my sewing table, just to have a little more room here to show this piece. But this is my inspiration. I just loved this picture. I love the softness of it, the pastel kind of nature, and I love the window in the picture. So this was something I really liked. I wanted to work towards something like that. And I'm just going to put this over here because there's a glare from the light here, so I'll just put that there to kind of get rid of that glare. And this is what I've come up with for mine. And I can go back out a little bit to show you. So this is 18 inches this way by 21. And what I did was I cut a piece of batting, cotton batting first, and then I cut a piece of muslin. And this is muslin on the back of this right now. And the reason I did that, I wanted batting because I wanted it to have a little bit of depth to it when I do the stitching, but batting is so kind of fluid and flimsy, floppy. It doesn't really have, it doesn't hold its shape well. So I knew that when placing all these different elements on there, I would need something to be a little more stable. So first on the back is the muslin base, and then just a thin cotton. It's only about this thick, the batting. I think this is Quilter's Dream Select, I think this one is. And so I decided to set out where you would have a part of a wall and then a back wall, a side wall, and this table would be kind of pushed into the corner, or maybe it's almost a counter type built into the wall. And so there's a corner here, and then the window, and then the back wall where this drop is, and then the table. And this would be that dark edge that you see on a table, the edge that folds down. You have the flat surface, and then you have that front edge here. So that's what that darker piece hopefully will look like in the long run. So the fabrics that I decided to use for this were, I love this color. And this is a color that's painted on one wall in my bedroom, and I love that color. So I used this fabric for that. I can bring you back in. I used this color for this wall, and I loved this. I think this is by Three Sisters, if I'm not mistaken. And then for this back wall, I've had this fabric that I love, and it looks like tin tiles. This was done by McKenna Ryan a while ago. And I think it's called Farmhouse Treasures, Farmhouse. And let's see if I have it on a selvage here. I don't think so. Did I save that selvage? I thought I did. If I ever wanted to look it up again. Vintage Farmhouse by McKenna Ryan. And I loved this. I've been waiting to use this in a piece. And I only had a small piece of that, about a half yard. So that's what I used for this tile on the wall, this tin tile. I'm picturing this as a kitchen. And I have this fabric also by McKenna Ryan in case we do get a vase with flowers. I thought maybe I could use these hydrangeas in that vase, and that kind of all goes with that theme, that color theme that I love. And this fabric I used for the table. I thought I would take some artistic license here, and rather than using a wood grained fabric, I thought I would use something where it almost looks like the light is shining in on this table from the window, and then as you get further from the window it's a little darker. And this is a fabric that is just world maps, and this is in the gray colorway, and I love this. I just think this is beautiful. So that's, I put the lighter portion up here by the window and the darker down here. And then for this scene, I had lots of different fabrics chosen, but I just wanted something to look a little bit hazy. I'm debating whether to put some tulle over this fabric and then underneath these window styles. I'm not sure though if I'll do that, but with the way that I accomplished that was to make it look a little further away. This is the fabric that I used, but this is the right side of the fabric, and as you can see it's much brighter on the right side. But if you turn it over and use the wrong side of the fabric, get a little piece here of the wrong side, you can see that it's much more muted on the wrong side. So, and I loved the thought of daisies, flowers outside the window. So this is the wrong side of the fabric. And what I did was I just cut a piece for here and a piece for here and a piece for here, and then I just fit this in, and then over the top did this window. First I laid out the two walls and the table. I should go back out again. I laid out the two walls and then the table, and then I did the window. I put the insert in there and then the frame. And again, the fabric for the window is this fabric, and I've used this for trees a lot, buildings, cabins, and houses. And this is another nice one that you can use the wrong side of the fabric. So I just happened to like the wrong side of this fabric better than the right side for this particular piece. So I just tore some strips for this window, and they're probably about an inch wide and maybe 5/8 of an inch for these. Just tore some strips, and then I just folded them. I folded this under here. Folded this under here to make a little angled edge here, like a mitered edge, and then tried to make some semblance of a sill here. So I'm guessing we'll probably have a vase and some other things on here. I'm not sure what. Look at that. I wonder what that is. Must be in the fabric, unless it's my friction pen. That could be. But although maybe it's in the fabric because it's on that other piece too. But in this, I just cut this, and this strip down here, I just cut this and pinned this on. And what I will do now is go through an invisible stitch all of this down. And again, I like the fact of having the muslin base as stability, because when putting these pieces on the cotton, I knew it would give and shift and move all over the place, where the muslin on the back gives it stability when I'm stitching. And so just a few little elements that I thought I would add to this. This was another fabric that I almost used for the window, for the scene outside the window, but I decided on this. This makes me think sort of a Monet painting a little tiny bit. But I just thought I would add these strips here, and of course they'll go under the table there, just to maybe give some interest. And maybe they're like barn boards, like a vertical barn board. I'll just tuck these under the table. Probably have to unpin the sill there, but it'll be something like that. These are just a couple of torn strips that I will place on here, just to maybe look like boards in a farmhouse kitchen, maybe something like that. And so I'll stitch those down after I do all the invisible stitching on this. And then over here for the tile, I was thinking that I might, this is a trim that I cut off of a doily. Let's see, it's not really a doily. Where is it? Oh, I may have put that away. I did. But this was on a doily. It's a little crocheted trim, and I left part of the doily, or the dresser scarf. It's really more of a dresser scarf on there, where the stitches were brought around to secure it so that the crocheting could begin. So I may put that here just to give a little texture in between the tiles. I may put that. Here's another piece here that may go up here. And let's see, I have another piece here. This one could go like that and under. Just to, I don't know that it really needs it, but of course I would tuck that under, unpin this and tuck it. But I thought it may give a little bit of texture to this. I don't want to make it too lacy, doily-ish in that sense. That's not even a word, doily-ish. But I would just like a rustic, kind of a rustic look or a rustic feel to this wall hanging. Let's see, I could probably bring that down a bit more so that you could see that better. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I will add these on here, and then these pieces also on here as well, just to give a little texture to that wall. So that is where I stand right now. Again, this was my inspiration. Kind of has that feel, not quite, but kind of has that feel. So I was happy to have that. There's lots of ideas for still life out there to look at, but hopefully this will suit our purposes. Not sure if I made the window too big or not, but I can hopefully put something in front of the window and still have room for things on either side. I don't really want it much bigger than this. This would be a good size for what I want. I think working on something big really starts to get hard when you have to get to the middle of something. And I would like this to be easy and enjoyable. In that sense, I don't want to have to crunch it up too much. So that's where it is. That's where I stand. And thank you very much for joining me. I'll try to go back in again and maybe do a little close-up sort of here on it. But this is my style. This is what I like. And I'm not going to put something on my wall that I don't like. So I had to kind of go with something that pleases me and something that I would like to look at. So thank you very much for joining me today. I appreciate it. And I'm wishing you many blessings, and see you when I get a little more done on this. Bye for now.